The stage of Ireland's Got Talent glows with a warm golden light as a small, thin Filipino boy slowly walks out, his worn slippers scraping softly against the floor. His clothes look old but carefully washed, a faded blue shirt tucked into frayed jeans that stop just above his ankles. In his hands he carries a guitar that looks older than him, scratched, taped on the side, its wood chipped but still alive with the love of someone who has played it every single day. The entire theater watches him with curiosity. A young boy, no more than 12, stepping onto one of the biggest stages in the world with nothing but courage and a dream that seems too big for his tiny frame. He introduces himself quietly as Liam from Cebu City. His voice trembles slightly, as if each word is heavy. When a judge gently asks why he auditioned, he takes a deep breath before speaking, like he's pulling honesty from deep inside his chest. My mama sells dried fish, and when it rains, our roof drips on our beds. I want to fix it. The entire room freezes. A few people in the audience gasp softly. One judge presses her hand to her heart. Another leans back, blinking fast, already holding back tears. The host gives Liam a reassuring nod before stepping away. The lights dim, leaving him bathed in a soft spotlight. For a moment he closes his eyes, almost as if he's praying, almost as if he's gathering every memory of struggle, hunger, and hope. Every long walk to school, every night listening to rain hitting metal sheets above his head, every morning watching his mother work before sunrise. When the first chord of Hotel California starts, his fingers tremble slightly but find their strength. Then his voice begins. It's soft, pure, and almost unexpectedly beautiful. A voice that carries innocence, pain, and bravery all at once. The judges exchange stunned looks. One judge's lips part in disbelief, eyebrows lifting as she whispers, "Oh my God." Another judge wipes under his eye quickly, pretending it's just dust, but failing. Liam sings like someone who has lived far beyond his years, and each lyric flows out of him with the kind of emotion that cannot be faked. As he reaches the chorus, his voice grows steadier, fuller. The audience leans forward as though pulled by invisible strings. His small chest rises and falls deeply with each breath, as if every note steals a piece of his soul. A slight crack in his voice sends a ripple through the judges. One covers her mouth instantly, tears welling. Another grips the edges of the table, overwhelmed. People in the crowd begin to sniffle, some wiping tears from their cheeks. When Liam reaches the line, "You can check out any time you like," he lifts his eyes for the first time, and the innocence in that glance shatters the entire room. A judge stands abruptly, slamming both hands on the table, unable to contain the emotional punch of the moment. Another judge whispers, voice shaking, "This kid, he's singing from survival." By the time he reaches the end, the theater is not the same. Neither is he. As Liam continues singing, the atmosphere inside the theater shifts into something almost spiritual, almost sacred. The lights seem to soften around him, as if the entire stage recognizes the fragility and courage of this small boy from Cebu City. His fingers move carefully across the strings of his old guitar, each stroke gentle, almost protective, as though the instrument is his last connection to the world he came from. His voice grows more confident, but not louder, just fuller, smoother, carrying an ache that resonates through every corner of the room. One judge leans forward so far that her elbows nearly slide off the table. Her eyes shimmer with tears that she doesn't bother to hide anymore. She can't look away from him, this tiny kid singing one of the most iconic songs in music history with a sincerity no adult could ever imitate. She whispers to the judge sitting next to her, "He's not performing, he's bleeding emotion." The judge beside her nods, his jaw clenched as he fights the sting in his own eyes. The camera sweeps across the audience and finds adults crying quietly, teens biting their lips to stop themselves from sobbing, parents hugging their children. Some people press hands over their hearts. Others wipe their cheeks with fragile, shaky fingers. Liam has no idea that he is doing all of this. He just sings, eyes half closed, lost somewhere inside the music, somewhere inside the memories of hardship he never says out loud. Halfway through the song, he reaches a note so high, so sharp with emotion, that the entire panel of judges reacts instantly. One judge gasps, covering his face with both hands. Another judge removes her glasses in a hurry, blinking repeatedly as tears finally spill down her cheeks. She shakes her head in disbelief and whispers, "This kid, This kid is a once-in-a-lifetime gift. The middle judge, a man known for his tough critiques, lifts one hand into the air suddenly, signaling the audience to rise. People around the room stand up slowly, moved not by applause but by awe. Even standing, they stay quiet, eyes focused, as though making any noise might break the boy's concentration, might shatter the magic he's creating. Then, the unexpected happens. A wave of applause erupts mid-performance. It's not planned, not polite, it's raw emotion that forces itself out of people. They clap because their hearts need release. They clap because they can't wait until the end. They clap because they've never seen a child carry so much soul inside such a small body. The judges don't quiet the crowd, they let them feel it. One judge stands slowly, tears dripping down his chin. He presses his palms together as if praying, shaking his head at the beauty happening right in front of him. Liam hears the applause, but instead of losing focus, he sings stronger. His voice trembles with emotion but never breaks. He lifts his chin slightly, just enough to show he's fighting tears too. His heart is wide open now, and every person in the room can feel it. When he reaches the second to last line, one judge whispers hoarsely, "God, he's living every note." The others nod silently, overwhelmed, drowning in emotion. And as the final chorus echoes across the theater, the judges know something powerful is coming. Something unstoppable, something golden. When the final note leaves Liam's lips, it hangs in the air like a fragile whisper of hope, trembling above the silent crowd. For a moment, the entire arena freezes. No one breathes. No one moves. It feels as though time itself has stopped to honor the small Cebu City boy who just poured his heart out on a world stage far from home. Liam lowers his guitar slowly, his tiny hands shaking, his eyes wide and uncertain as he looks toward the judges, unsure of what he's done, unsure of whether he succeeded or failed. He swallows hard, his chest rising and falling too fast, the weight of his dreams pressing down on his little shoulders. Then, without warning, the silence shatters into a tidal wave of screams and applause so loud the floor vibrates beneath his bare-looking slippers. Liam jumps slightly at the sudden roar, startled, eyes darting around as if he's not used to receiving this kind of love. Some people in the front rows are crying openly, others cheering with both hands raised high. A woman clutches her heart, whispering, "That boy, that beautiful boy." A judge wipes her tears with her sleeve before leaning forward and shouting above the noise, voice breaking, "Liam, you are a miracle. Do you hear me? A miracle." Her emotion pours out of her like she's barely holding herself together. The middle judge stands abruptly, pushing back his chair so hard it nearly falls. He points at Liam with both hands, tears streaming down his face. "You didn't just sing that song," he cries out. "You transformed it. You made every person in this room feel something real again." The third judge, usually the calmest, is openly sobbing now. She steps up from her seat, shaking her head in disbelief. "I have never in my life, felt something like that from a child's voice," she says, her voice cracking. "You're not just talented, sweetheart. You're a blessing." She presses her hands against her chest as if trying to steady her heartbeat. Liam's breathing stutters. He takes a nervous step back, unsure of how to react to this overwhelming storm of affection. His gaze flicks from one judge to another, then to the audience rising to their feet, clapping, crying, shouting his name. Tears start to form in his eyes, shining under the hot stage lights. He's never felt this before, this level of love, this kind of recognition, this kind of power. And then, with no warning, the calm judge suddenly rushes forward and slams her hand onto the golden buzzer with all the force of someone acting purely from the heart. The buzzer bursts to life, lights flashing, music blasting, and gold confetti exploding from above like a sudden shower of dreams. The arena erupts again, even louder this time, a wave of sound so fierce it feels like it might shake the entire building. Liam freezes where he stands as the golden confetti rains down in shimmering sheets. His mouth falls open, his tears finally spilling over. He looks up at the glittering sky, then down at his hands, as if he's afraid this moment might disappear if he blinks. His small body begins to shake uncontrollably, overwhelmed by emotion. The judges rush toward him, gathering him in their arms. One kneels to his level, brushing his tear-streaked cheek gently. "Your life changes today," she whispers. You earned this. Every second of it. Liam can't speak. He can only cry softly, holding his guitar against his chest as gold falls around him like a promise. The whole world watches as a poor little boy from Cebu City stands in the middle of a dream he once believed was impossible, now shining brighter than every light in the room.